Hi, it's Ben from My Cycling Coach. I hope you're well and that you're having a great day. Quick tip today, fueling with more calories on the bike to help improve your performance, but also help with any weight loss. And this is particularly at weekends. Now, what I can find is when I speak to a lot of riders who are looking to both improve their performance on the bike, but also lose weight, I'll find that Monday to Friday, doing a great job, maybe got into a bit of a routine with their nutrition side of things, looking at their calories, and are making good progress from Monday to Friday. But then when the weekend comes around, a lot of this good work is then being undone. Obviously at the weekend, we do have a bit more temptations, bigger meals, snacking, maybe some drinking. Also, now that we can get back to doing a bit more socializing, pubs are open, restaurants are open again. It is a bit more tempting to, or the temptations are there, which can cause, that good work from Monday to Friday to be undone. So one thing I always ask riders when I'm speaking to them about this topic is, what is your fueling like at the weekend on your rides? As there's a small tweak that you can make here, which can actually really have a big impact on keeping those calories under control at the weekend. So I ask, at the weekend, you tend to get more time to ride maybe because you just have the weekend off. You may not work at the weekend, or you may just find that this is where you do your longer rides as part of a group ride, club ride, or social ride. Or if you are doing a bit of a structured training and you have got a bit of a plan with your training at the minute, this is where you then may do some longer rides as part of some of your endurance work that you're doing. So I often ask the guys who I speak to about this topic, or the cyclists, is, what is your fueling like on the bike? And I often find that they're really under fueling on the bike, which is really detrimental to both obviously the performance side of things, because they're finding they're then struggling with low energy. They haven't got enough fuel to obviously complete that ride. If there's any sort of efforts in there, any hill climbs, they're really struggling to achieve the intensity they need to, achieve any intervals or ride up any climbs. But also some of the riders are saying, they're not even being able to complete the ride or suffering from the bonk, which is obviously if you're, planning these longer rides at the weekend and you are struggling with low energy and not being able to complete them, it can be quite demotivating. So one thing I wanted to say today you can really try is just try to increase your calories that you are consuming on the bike. This is looking at, you may increase your carbohydrate intake. If you've watched any of my videos before, as I say, I always recommend between sort of 40 to 60 grams of carbohydrate per hour for any longer ride that's sort of 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours or longer. And then also looking at your fluid intake as well, really trying to push this up. I did a video a few weeks ago, a minimum of half a litre an hour to support the riding you're doing at the weekend is absolutely crucial to keep that energy, so help improve your performance, so increase the calories there. Now you may be thinking, Ben, how is this actually going to help me, achieve, help me with my weight loss at the weekend and my progress there? You're telling me to eat more, and how's that going to help me with my weight loss? Now, what can happen is if you're riding on and you're doing these longer rides and you are under fueling, not taking on enough calories as part of that ride, or achieving those hourly intakes that I've mentioned there, what can happen is you'll do that ride and you may feel this, your body will go into what we call a glycogen depleted state. Now, I often refer to this as sort of a starvation mode as well. So your body will be really low in energy. It hasn't had enough carbohydrate or glycogen during the ride. You'll get back from that ride and you will feel like you are in that starvation mode. And then what tends to happen when you're in that starvation mode, you get in, everything you start to see, you may go into the kitchen, everything in sight, you start to eat it, consume it. You may then start to have bigger meals. And when you're in that starvation mode, you can actually stay in that until about 24 to 48 hours for the body to actually replenish those glycogen stores. So, if you've done that bigger ride, maybe at the weekend, you come in, you're in that starvation mode, your body is literally going to be eating everything in sight for the next 24 to 48 hours. And this is where you can then, obviously, a lot of that good work that you're doing in the week is then being undone through just, eating everything you can at the weekend, big calorie intakes, and that deficit that you may have created from Monday to Friday has then been completely blown. So this is where eating more on the bike, eating more calories on the bike can really help prevent you getting into that starvation mode. Push your hourly intakes up, eat more on the bike, go 40 to 60 grams. If you want to, you can even go 60 to 80 grams if you're doing rides that are 3 hours or longer in length, especially if they've got any hill climbs in them, especially if they've got any high intensity efforts. Push that intake up, eat more on the bike. How you achieve this is up to you. You may use gels, energy bars, it may use some homemade things, granola bakes. If there's a cafe stop in there, have a slice of cake. Fuel more when you're on that ride, because that's going to prevent you from going into that starvation mode, being in that real glycogen depleted state, and then getting in and just starting to eat everything. Or if you go out for a meal and have a bigger meal, it's going to just allow you, if you hit those hourly intakes, consume more on the bike, hit some of the intakes that I've mentioned there, you'll come in, you won't be feeling as hungry. You may then, you'll be able to have a decent meal, maybe a high protein intake with some things alongside it. Obviously, you want to get some carbohydrate in as well, but your body's just not going to be really, really hungry, and mean that you may then just get out of control with everything that you're eating. So yeah, bit of a tip there. What you can do, eat more calories on the bike. Not only is it going to help improve your performance, but it is also really going to help you stay on track with your weight loss targets, and working towards achieving those weight loss goals that you may have for this spring and summer, because that's going to help improve your performance on the bike, hill climbing, maybe a particular event you're preparing for, or just wanting to get a bit fitter, healthier, and improve your overall sort of well-being. So yeah, hope you found the video useful today. If you did, please drop a like on it, give us a thumbs up. Feel free to follow, share, subscribe. Any comments, as always, we'd love to hear from you. Have a great rest of your day, enjoy your riding, and speak soon.